Yep. 5 people. Alright.
You want a drink? No, I'm okay.
Alright. Today we're going to be doing an oil change special basically through a PowerPoint that I'm going to be presenting. I'm showing you how to do an oil change because it will save you time and money in the long run. So, here we go. First thing you got to do is, in the preparation stage, you need to get all this stuff together, which is going to be your oil filter, you got the socket wrench, you got the oil pan, a jack, some stands, and some paper towels, and some newspaper. After that, you're going to want to find your owner's manual, because that's going to tell you everything you need to know, plus a little bit more that I'm going to end up telling you today all at the same time, basically. Anyway, then you need to buy your oil filter and your motor oil. Those things right there are just a few different oil filters, and here's all different types of oil. There's a couple different types with 10W30, 5W30, and so on and so forth, but your owner's manual will give you the correct thing that you need to know for that. All the additional items were things we mentioned in the last slide, and from there you're going to need to find a good work area, preferably a flat space, that'll keep you from keeping any oil in the reservoir when you drain it all. Anyway, so let's do this. Get your car to the place, then you're going to want to get it off the ground so you can get up underneath of it and work. Put some newspaper underneath of it to keep the oil off the ground. Then you're going to want to find the drain plug. The drain plug is right here in this car. It's usually pretty easy to find. It's usually one of the bigger bolts underneath there, or one of the only ones, just depending on what kind of car you drive. After that, you want to find the socket wrench, or the correct socket size that will fit it. Usually you just do trial and error with that, and that usually comes out pretty quickly. I know mine's, I don't know what it is, but anyway. Then you're going to want to put the drain pan underneath of it. The drain pan will catch any oil that comes out of the reservoir when you loosen it up. You begin loosening the bolt. You're going to probably have to use the socket wrench to begin with to break it loose, and after that, once it's loose enough, you'll want to use it by hand, and that will ensure you from dropping the plug into the oil. After we got all that out and all the oil has come out of it, we're going to do the oil filter. When you pull that off, make sure you check it up or compare it to the other one, and that will ensure that you put the right one back up there. It would be bad to put the wrong oil filter in there. Once you've verified it's the correct one, you're going to then take the new oil and you're going to rub it, or you're going to take it just like this picture shows around the seal and the threads. Once it's all completely drained out and all the good stuff, then you're going to wipe the oil plug off and you're going to reinstall it. You're going to start with your hand threading it. This will keep you from cross-threading the threads, which will make it nearly impossible to get off the next time, and it will damage the threads that are inside of it. And then once it's in there and you know it's going correctly, you'll then use a socket wrench to tighten it down completely. Once you've got it ready for the oil to go back in, you'll look under the hood and you'll find an oil cap. Many of them look like that. Some of them are different colors, but that's usually what it is. Anyway, after you do that, you'll unscrew the cap, and then using a funnel, you'll put the recommended amount of oil into it. And then after you've done that, you'll check the dipstick. And if you've never checked a dipstick before, you can follow these instructions down here at the bottom of the screen, and that gives you a pretty good overview of how to do it. If the oil level looks right, then you reinsert the dipstick, and then you start the engine up for about 15 seconds. This allows the oil to run through the engine, and then you'll know about how the right level is right. Then you'll check the dipstick again. If it's in between the two lines, then you should be good. But if it's not, then you may have to add or remove oil. After that, you're going to want to clean up. Clean up is just as it says. Dispose of the oil at your local places or wherever you need to, and then throw away any paper towels or anything that you need to as well. After that, you got your job done. So, again, with changing your oil, it will save you a lot of money. I mean, going to a place to get your oil done is going to take time, and it's going to cost you a lot more money than doing it yourself. So, anyway, thank you guys for joining me. Are there any questions?
In your professional opinion, What would you do if my drain plug was damaged so much that I couldn't reattach it to my oil pan?
A lot of the times, Lowe's and places like that, or maybe even O'Reilly's or auto parts stores carry different size plugs or different size bolts that you can use to fit in there. If that doesn't work, then you may be able to re-dye it, which is just the tool that you can use to spin over top of it to make the threads. Are there any other questions? Any other questions? Alright, thank you guys.